Evening, hope you're well. Firstly, I just want to apologise that I haven't done any videos for the last 10 days or so. Obviously busy time, Christmas just around the corner. And the other week I went out with an old friend of mine, and so that was 48 hours recovery from that. And the other thing is there hasn't actually been that much news to report on, in my opinion anyway. Obviously there's a lot of rumours doing the rounds about who's going to buy the club. We've had Chinese, Japanese, Qataris, Indians, any number of Americans, Mike Ashley and whatever. The truth is, at this stage, I think we've just got to trust the administrators. They're keeping us up to date. The communication since we've been in administration is better than any communication we've had at the club in the past 10, 15 years. So we've just got to trust them to do the jobs, and so there's various reportings going on, in the local and national media, and names are getting chucked out there. It's a Norwegian, it's a Swede, it's a Japanese. But as I said, the administrators are dealing with the bids. They'll be sorting out the tire kickers from the people who's genuine and with proof of funds, and we've just got to let them follow the process through, and then obviously the EFL who will ratify that by doing the fit and proper persons checks, which obviously might take longer if it's a multi-consortium bid coming in. But whoever it is, as the old saying goes, it will all come out in the wash. They've signed NDAs for the reason. We're not meant to know at this stage. They don't want us to know at this stage. Let's just sort of wait and see what happens with that. That's my attitude. As I said, there's not been that much news, but what there has been this week has been very pleasing is the news from the training ground. Young Pierce Charles managed to get a game with the kids team the other night. That was a good step on it. His comeback trail, that would be a huge bonus to us going into this busy festive period. And equally photos, Nathaniel Chalobah and George Brown back out there training. Chalobah's return could be huge for us. Not only was he fantastic in that opening game at Leicester City, I thought he was absolutely terrific, but we're a little bit short in midfield anyway, and we do look like we're probably going to be losing Jan Valery to African Cup of Nations, which is coming up. So the return of Chalobah would be a huge boost for Henrik. The other one, obviously, George Brown. I've been really impressed with George Brown this season. He's young, he's enthusiastic, he's hard-working, holds the ball up well. But the thing I really like about him, he likes to run the other way. He's not afraid to point into a space and said to a midfield player, put it there, I'll get after it. He wants to turn defenders, and I think from the current crop, that's what we're missing. And I'll be glad to see him back as an option in attack. And the other thing is, I'm not saying Wednesday's going to suddenly start winning games. We knew this season we're going to be tough. We knew we were probably going to be in a relegation fight before all the deductions and everything else. But what you don't want is to be battered every week. There is a difference between losing every week and getting battered every week. And if you've suddenly got that little bit more strength down the spine, and I always judge a team by its spine, if you've suddenly got Charles back in goal, you've got somebody like Liam Cooper coming in, Chalobah coming back with the quality he brings, and a striker who likes to run the other way, suddenly you start looking a little bit stronger in there. So, they're all positive things to look forward to. And as I said, they will be needed. Very hectic period coming up with the fixtures of a Christmas and New Year. Anyway, as I said, I'm sorry I've not done any videos. I'm sorry this is only a short one, but I don't think my voice will last for anything longer than that. What I would say is, don't get stressed about things. Enjoy your weekend, and hopefully I'll see you for the review. See you later. I can't face another lem sip. But you can't taste your tea. That's the worst thing about being ill. You can't taste your brew. You can't taste your brew.